and gentlemen, please make some noise for...
I told him when I come back, we're going swimming. So, tell everybody thank you, Kirill. Скажи, дякую.
Дякую.
Не, английский.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, что? Very much. Еще раз.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Future president of Ukraine right here. All right.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to you. We're all here together July the 1st. I'm going to turn it over to Prof. Gertis. We're live on Professor Gertis Explains. We're also live tri-streaming here with Project Constantine and Jiann and Galina. And for Greg and Jiann, here we are together, and we partner together and work together. So you got three forces coming together. Thank you. This is the kickoff of Project Awake. And that's the focus of our next 45 minutes or so together. So welcome, Jiann.
Thank you.
Welcome, Galina.
Hi.
That's Project Constantine. Jiann in the upper middle with NAPO, and also my partner, dear friend for 25 years. Welcome, brother.
Yeah, hello from Ukraine. Thanks.
And in the upper right, last but not least, Prof. Gertis. Welcome, bro.
Howdy.
All right, Prof, you roll. I'm producing. Let's get at it.
Yeah, so we just want to tell you, we've been at this for a while. We just finished dotting I's, crossing T's. Well, I say we. It's not been me doing the heavy lifting. The ladies down here are the ones that were really behind this. And so they're going to talk about, Jiann is going to talk about the project itself. Galina will talk a little bit about Project Constantine. But I want you to know, like, we've been at this for some time. A couple Christmases ago, Greg and I did a big fundraiser, and we're like, wow, that really worked. And then after that, we're looking at medical supplies and things along those lines. A little bit later, it was armored ambulances, and that was inspired by Pete the Medic, right? That's where that all came from, Project Constantine. And we then were also working on a NAPO campaign, and we're back now with another fundraiser, because what's most needed, again, our philosophical operating mode was, what is most needed? Let's find out from the front what they need and listen to them and get them the things that they need. This, what we're about to unveil, is what they most need. So Jiann, tell us what they most need.
So we are fundraising for 5 vampire drones.
I'm sitting here in the Donetsk
might
Oblast.
also.
Sorry, wrong buttons. There you go. Eventually, I'll get to the right buttons. There we go.
There we go.
Golly.
You guys might also know it as, the Russians call it Baba Yaga.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the Ukrainians call it vampire drones because they operate at night. And these are huge, massive drones. And they are used to deliver aid to guys who are cut off or like can't get rotated out, but aid amongst other things. And yeah, they're called vampire drones because they work really, really well at night.
Yeah. One of the things that we want to understand about these kind of drones, they're huge. These aren't these little tiny little FPV drones. They're huge comparatively. They can drop a lot of stuff, get people the supplies that they need, and so that they don't have to try to go back and forth and be visible by other drones. And that's really important.
Jiann, talk to us about the size of these drones. And we're going to play a video in just a few minutes, guys, with a vampire drone pilot. And you're going to see some in action, but talk to us about the size and all of that, Jiann.
It's hard to compare, let's say, small drones than this one because it's a much more complicated and high-tech equipment, and it carries 10 kilos easy, and for the long range it has a lot of different options, but it saves lives and already saved lives so many times when guys let's say all like surrounded and they be locked in that pinch somewhere, and our guys were sending them in the medicine, the batteries, radio, and water, and so on. The drone is like heavy carrier, let's say.
We are, let me take you guys back to the website here. We have the link in our descriptions, but it's donorbox.org/project-awake-info. And Yana, you made this, and then we'll get to Galina, but vampire drones for the 100th Mechanized Brigade. You guys are going to meet a person in a moment. You want to speak about the website here, Yana?
Yeah, so some friends and I recently watched Dune together, and we kind of thought it would be a fitting theme for the campaign, just because of the whole resistance, fighting the Empire, resisting the Empire, all of that. So nice thing about DonorBox and this platform is you'll see, I don't know if Greg, can you go back to the campaign page?
I've got so many buttons in front of me. Thank you. I just need to produce and not talk. Y'all do it.
Thanks. So you'll see, like, obviously the details section is there. Then you'll see in the middle there's updates. That is where if we like get anything, like if we buy something or whatever, it will be, I will post it there. So it we'll obviously have to blur out the specifics, but you'll see, look, we've bought this and everything.
Yana.
And then the donor will, yes.
Pause.
I'm pausing.
Slava Ukraini.
We've already got 2 donations and we've raised 157 euros toward our goal. Thank you, guys.
And while we're at that, don't donate like through super chats or anything along those lines.
Not
donate
today.
to this link. It's posted on all our sites, so make sure you just. I mean, it's I pinned it and others have pinned it, and so just do that. You'll see it go up in real time.
Yeah, and then you can see the donor wall as well, which is what Greg is displaying now. So that's where you can leave messages. I do want to say. If you donate, just make sure you tick the box that says display on donor wall, because I have had people emailing me and telling me, well, it's not displaying, it's not me, it's this. So this is nice. It's, you get to see exactly how much has been raised. And then our agreement with Jiann is, of course, Jiann and I agree that the moment we have enough money for one drone, we buy. So we're not going to wait until the whole thing is complete, because the guys do not have the luxury of waiting until this entire fundraiser. So as soon as we have money for one, we're buying, and you guys will get that on the update section.
Okay. And since we're there, let me go ahead and give a thank you to Michael and Ellen. She writes, I can think of no better use for my nest egg. Thank you, Michael and Ellen. Jiann, talk about that. And I'll go back to this image here, and we'll come back to that. The procurement, the purchase, as the money comes in, we go into the pipeline to get them. As far as, you know, there's a list for units wanting these.
Yeah, so like we dealing with the manufacturer, and we got. The official offer to organization, and we discussed the things. And the time, like couple weeks before, we already had a contact and requested, is it possible to put us in a line as soon as possible? And I think when one drone, I will raise money for one drone and pay one. We will be asking to do a favor to us I mean, like in a short, let's say, because we want to supply one drone as soon as possible. Plus, we want to give a report to you.
So I just want to say, like, Galina and Jiann have been working. So obviously, I'm like driving the fundraiser stuff, but Galina is our queen of documents. So she has been working. We have like a full transfer act set up with NAPRAM, that's Xenia's org. So everything, and Galina took care of all of that because she's awesome.
And Galina,
that's the hard work there.
Take
I
it,
mean,
Prof.
we're just talking about it now. I mean, I'm sitting in the easy seat, and we'll start beating the drums here. Yana, I'm not sure that we said how many drones exactly and what the total cost is that we're looking for. So let's get that out.
Yeah, so it's 5 drones. That amounts to 3,750,000 hryvnia. Okay.
Okay, and
But
the translation of that.
Translated into euros, that's 78,500 euros. Okay.
Okay.
And that's
So
a
now we know
rough
what we're
rounding
shooting
up
for.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about 90.
Now we
That's
know-
a rough rounding up. Any money that goes like once we've bought the 5 drones, any money that's like left over from that amount will be going to help the 100th Mechanized Brigade with other needs they have. So all of the money raised here will be going to the soldiers.
Okay.
And our desire is partnering together with Professor Gerdes, with my community, and with Project Constantine to knock this goal out as fast as possible, because the pipeline for us to be able to get them, even on the first one or the second and third, fourth, fifth, as fast as possible. Galina, how many hours of work between you and Jiann getting all the documents and the paperwork? Explain to people how challenging it is.
It's normal.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe hour for us and 2060 for our accountant.
So much work, like we're dealing,
Go, Jiann.
getting advice, and every time, every step, every agreement, we confirm firstly with other people, and then all together. It all like that all the way.
I think what would be good right here is, you guys want to meet Christina? I think it's great. Let's get right to it. This is a little clip that I had prepared.
Crap.
Huh?
Adrian just donated 470 pounds and 80 cents.
Wow.
Thank you, Adrian.
You guys are crazy. He's not the only one. There are other people who like 100 from Oink Oink. Wow, you guys are crazy.
No, we have a goal in mind. And listen, let's do this. Let's do this, guys. I'm going to leave your microphones hot. And this is the only purpose of this video today this is the team working together. And it feels good, man. This is a team. So let's go a couple of months back. And this is...
Yeah, because this is where it started.
This is where it started. This is what you need to see, guys. Here we go. I'm sitting here in the Donetsk Oblast. We're dropping aid, and Professor Gerdes told me, Greg, you need to find me a drone pilot. I want to do something special about drones and do some help, maybe on some type of drone project. So here I am out running, and I have discovered a drone pilot. But this is a special drone pilot. Как вас зовут?
My name is Christina.
Ah, there she goes into English. Perfect. My name is Christina. You are a drone pilot.
Yes.
What is your home region?
Luhansk.
You're from Lugansk, and your home city was destroyed.
Yes.
Yes. I'm not going to tell her home city, but it was absolutely destroyed, guys. So you're fighting and defending your country, Ukraine.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about the drone a little bit and what you do. You actually are not an FPV pilot like we see on Twitter and stuff. You actually are a vampire drone pilot.
Yes, so I'm drone pilot.
Okay. A couple of simple questions. How far, like, can a vampire drone fly and do its job?
10 kilometers.
10 kilometers. But that's one way. So it can go 10 kilometers one way and then 10 kilometers and come back. And vampire drones, they, of course, work on fighting against the enemy, dropping stuff against the enemy.
Yes.
But at the same time, they also are very important because they save our heroes' lives.
Yes.
For example, what are some things that you as a pilot drop to soldiers?
Medical, water, battery powers.
Medical, water, battery. Do you ever drop, like, you can drop ammunition or anything needed, really, if they called it in. So it's a soldier can be out there and make a contact and say, we need supplies.
Yes.
And then the vampire pilot,
Yes.
okay. How fast can a vampire drone go? Как быстро летит?
15 метров за секунду.
50 meters a second. It's moving. I was out today with Christina and flying some drones. And they are amazing. You'll be seeing more videos about that later. Christina, let's talk now about this war and how important drones are.
Yes, important.
Very important. So, is there guns and like tanks and rockets in this war? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. But we hear terrible things, of course, about rockets, and it's bad, of course. But the truth is, and you can confirm it, this is a drone and technology war.
Yes, technology.
We, Ukraine, have drones that are dropping aid, dropping bombs, flying 2,000 kilometers to Russia and
Бабах.
bye-bye, blowing up oil refineries, and then coming back.
Yes.
It's incredible technology. But you know, I know, Prof, you're geeking out on this because he said, please find me a pilot. But I'm so impressed because typically I'm talking to men and big guys, and you're a drone pilot and you're a vampire pilot. And it's just, we're so honored to meet you and to make a friendship with you. Now, as a vampire pilot, I would just like to ask this question, because we know like there's little FPVs, 8s and 10s and 12s that many times are like kamikaze. But vampires, really big drone. Is it easy to fly or difficult to fly?
Easy.
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 Okay, so let me ask you this question. Are you a good pilot?
Yes.
Prof, where else are you going to hear this? In fact, here's what we're going to do. Would you mind if we were to show some of your video work and on Professor Gertis's channel? Just maybe an example of your work?
Yes.
We can do it? Awesome. Guys, you ready to see Christina in action? Here you go, Prof. Here we go.
Пробуй чуть опустить.
Try to move a little
На
lower.
дерево не кинь.
Watch out for those trees.
На ту, возле той же
There's
коробки.
already one box there. Drop it on that one.
Я над нею.
Okay, I'm going to
Давай.
drop. Go ahead. Dropping.
Скидай.
Go for it. Got it done. take a look. Christina, let's lift this up. You guys just saw the drone come in, drop the aid to the soldiers, and pick this up. This is basically what's being dropped, guys. And it'll come down in the canister, the land, the soldiers go get it. They can retrieve and recover, the water, the medicine, the ammunition, batteries, and from all the world, from Professor Gertis's community and mine, we say thank you. And I want to shake your hand. Prof, this is my hand. Thank you. Thank you. We salute you. We honor you. And we're going to do something to help you. And I'm going to give you something right now to remember, guys. Check this out. Dropping the American patch. It's okay. No, it's on you. It doesn't matter. It's going to go right there. Her American patch. Guys, thank you. Prof, I'll be back in the U.S. soon. Get ready, buddy. We're going to do an incredible project to help Christina and to get some vampires here. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it, guys. Jiann was doing the filming on that there. And let me just start with him talking about Christina and our other dear friend there. They're serious.
Yeah. What is allowed now to share about this video? The video you've seen, it's okay, supplying our guys in a, let's say, tough place in Toretsk. This was a video of practicing supplying guys in Toretsk.
Toretsk. Yes.
Toretsk. Okay.
Yes. And that's in the Donetsk Oblast, guys. Very tough. And that was where that was happening. So, Galina, what does it make you feel when you see Christina doing work like that?
From my experience, women soldiers, whom I already have meeting, it's some very gentle, small by size, but strong and huge by heart, people by soul. And it's every time like, I can't be like them. And it's true, actually, because they are there and they do their job. I can't. It's actually biggest. But it's about Ukrainian nation, yeah. For now, also in civilian life, when I order taxi, 15% for now it's women, and I know they are here doing their stuff because they feel responsibility for their families for doing what they need to do. And all these women in front line, they also took this responsibility and they do what they need to do, and they do this brilliant because such detailed job like a drone pilot or another technical, it's special, yeah. And women are really good in this, really good. And for me, it's a huge honor to be in touch with such women.
Well, Jiann and I both know Christina very well, and her boss there. And I'm going to tell you, she's my height. And I mean, you just saw the video, but she gets dressed up for battle and her body armor on, throws her gun over her shoulder and heads out to her job. I wouldn't mess with her. I promise you. Yeah, she's quite the hero. Let me give you this update and then we'll go back to Prof to take us in the next way. I'm trying to hit all the right buttons here. Yes. Want to thank you. Just as we're kicking this off, guys, we're already at 2,200 euros raised. Donor wall, 25 people. Just want to call your names out because we're live. Lars, thank you. Kathy Walls, happy to support a great cause. Charles, Bradley, Leon, Slava Ukraina, Sandra, John Younge, UK, stands with Ukraine. Golf fella, NAPO. Okay, John, we're going to have to get around to golfing sometime. Ruth, sorry for little. No, every penny helps, Ruth. Thank you for great. That's the answer. Robert Harrington, American Support UK. Petra Olson, Swedes with love to Ukraine. Lauren Schneider, Slava Ukraina from the USA. Paul Deberitz, vengeance for our Pete. And that's Paul coming in there from Norway. And guys, this we're going to knock this one out. And then we're also going to partner in finishing Project 22 with Peter. Nathan, Slav Ukrainian from the good people in the U.S. Shiara, Jeffrey O'Connell. Great work, everyone. We will win this disgusting battle against evil and will change the world. John McElravy, thank you. Marcel Huguenin, I hope I did your name well. Rachel Dobbs, Slav Ukrainian. May these drones help you see and fight the enemy. God be with you all. Adrian, Switzerland, together until victory and beyond. I'm pretty sure it's Switzerland. Jimmy Peterson, a worthy cause. Love from Denmark, Slav Ukraina. Oink, Hungary. Make the orcs shudder with fear. I know you guys watching on Gerda's channel or Project Constantine, you go, it doesn't say Hungary or Sweden. I know. My brain remembers where all these people are from, unfortunately. Or fortunately. Billy Blastoff. That's the coolest name donating to a drone project I've ever seen. Blastoff. Thank you. Stephen, thank you for your work. Julian Taylor and Michael and Ellen. So back at you, Prof. Thank you guys so much. We are going to accomplish this together.
I was just doing another video just before this. The last thing I posted was all about drones and drone innovation. And honestly, the most feared entity on the battlefield right now are drone pilots. On both sides, that's true. Drone pilots are the force magnifier of this war in the same way that tanks or planes would have been in World War II. IEDs took out the most and created the most casualties in Iraq and Afghanistan. Drones take at least 70 to 80%, somewhere between seven. I've seen statistics between and of 70 and of 80% on the battlefield. So that's drones generally speaking. These drones can do a bunch of things, not just do that. They can also, again, deliver things. And part of the reason, the rationale for this is because of Pete the Medic. So when we first were talking to Pete the Medic, when you met him year plus, a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, and we were talking to him, like the thing that he wanted was, how do we protect our guys when they're pinned down here? That's where the armored ambulances came from. So the drones is an extension of that same sort of thinking, where if we can get material to them so that they don't have to expose themselves and get out and try to come back and get out and try to come back, that's a game changer for them. I mean, so Ukrainian soldiers' lives will be spared because of this project. And so I want to say thank you to everybody who's donating in this process. Yana, if you could give us a little bit more insight, background of what you've been going through as you were trying to put this thing together, or help us behind the scenes, because I almost feel sheepish, like I just come out and talk about it. You guys did the heavy lifting, and from the time that video took. Yeah, but you've been doing a lot more of the heavy lifting, where we were just like, yeah, that would be a great idea. Who's putting this together? So it was a lot to go through to try to get everything together, and we now have it together, and we wanted to make sure that we weren't doing this until we had it properly sorted out, with dotting I's, crossing T's, and making sure everything was 100% squared away. So talk about that.
Yeah, so first of all, what I just want to add on to what you were saying about the saving lives. The aid is being dropped not because the guys didn't prepare when they went out on mission. It's, let's just make sure. Sky, shush. Sorry, my dog. They oftentimes can't get out, or as you've explained, it's just safer to, not move in and out the whole time. Setting this up, it started off, so Greg reached out to us, and then I told Galina, okay, speak to Jiann, get this sorted. And it was our accountant who set up a memorandum of agreement between Project Constantine and NAPO. And then we were like, okay, cool, let's get the artwork done, let's get the wording done, and then just roll it out. So
of which both guys, wherever you're watching, Project Constantine and Zhenya's organization, NAPRAM, which translates direction, are both NGOs, non-governmental organization, nonprofits supporting the war in Ukraine. So a lot of new people
And
here.
that may
you don't
very
know
well
that.
be important to decisions for some people giving. So that's good that
Yeah.
you put that out there. People know that these are legit
Correct.
nonprofits.
Yeah. And as I'm sure, like those of you who've watched Greg for a while will know he's spoken about the bureaucracy in Ukraine. And we as well, like from our side, it is like the checks and balances that goes through is it's quite intense. Like how it'll work is we will buy the drone, or either us or Jiann, that least, but we'll buy the drone, and it will come from our balance. And then we need to show them. We need to show like the government. Look, we bought the drone. Here's the transfer act to the military brigade, and here's the request letter for this drone. So it's every single thing is documented with us. So yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
thank
and
you.
so Cheryl Waitley said something here, and I think this is worth noting. Poor guys have to stay in position longer than before. Yeah, that's probably true, particularly the way the battlefield is configured or reconfigured now. And so this is even more important now than when we were first trying to put this together some time ago. So thank you for adding that, Cheryl.
Zhenya, you want to speak about it and the unit it's going to, whatever you can say about it and how important it is?
Okay, this area, like they're working now, it's like hot, and you probably heard about some reforms in our army. Let's say reconstruction a little bit, or like the system. It's so we still will fight, and it's at this moment we've been there. You remember, Greg, the medical place where guys were having the needles in their veins.
Oh yeah, I know exactly where it's at.
Yeah, so this is 100 Brigade.
Mm-hmm.
So they cooperate tight with on that area with the other brigades.
We need to explain needles in their arms. They were getting medicine.
Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, I just dropped it because you can explain it's unique. You never find it anything like that outside, let's say, in other countries. Please, drop a minute of explanation. Sorry for that.
So we're there very close to where, well, not very close. We're with them. We're with the 100th, and we were with some medics, and soldiers literally had to come, when they came out of the front line, zero line area, they had to come and get their medicine. They're on a daily treatment. They're being taken care of by Ukrainian military and the medical corps, and they would come right in, and we were in there dropping some aid, and they were just lined up for their medicine, and some would get, their shots in their arm, like antibiotics, or it could be diabetes medicine or anything that they were prescription wise, and they would just be lined up and
having catheters.
Yeah. And I will tell you, I was having fun with them, and Jiann, we were having a blast, joking back and forth and talking. And the last one in the line, I said, "You getting your shot in your arm?" He goes, "Oh no, I get it in my butt." So he pulls his shot goes in, but. This is where these drones are going. This is a great unit, and you've already met now Christina, guys.
Greg, if you could pull up the deep state map and show them Touretsk and how close it is to Konstantinivka, so that they can.
I'll do that.
Get a picture
you guys keep talking.
Where that is. That would be very useful.
All right. Drive it, and I'll get that ready.
All right, keep going, Jiann.
Just at So 12 minutes to 2 this afternoon, I got an update, because I have push notifications from the deep state on my phone. And it's just said the enemy occupied Kopteve and advanced into Retsk and a few other places. And it's that's the area we are helping the people, So every time you hear these names, for a lot of people, it's like a territory or a town or area. for those of us who know these people, that's like, oh, that's where those guys are. Oh yes, that's where those guys are. And those of you who have friends in Ukraine, who are not on the front, who are civilians or live like or civilians, you probably have that feeling when they see their town got hit by Russia, and it's that same thing, just on a frontline level, where we look at it and we say, okay, are they okay? We heard there was something going on. Are you all okay? Yeah.
Let's do this right here then, guys. And we'll actually, and I'll show a couple more videos here. We're just giving you the reality. This is NAPO, Zaporizhia. You always hear about Kramatorsk. This way is Kharkiv. There's Poltava. Kyiv is this way. Where are we helping? I'm going to make it general, but this area right here, I will zoom in now and show you Toretsk, but right here in some of the most heated areas. And guys, you can see here, Toretsk, which is right here. And this is the push that Russia is trying to make into that Konstantinivka, Drushkivka, Kramatorsk, and Slavyansk semicircle road. Very, very important area here. And I know you guys also hear about Pokrovsk constantly and Mirnograd. So you can see Russia trying to go both ways on these. In addition, you've been hearing where Russia trying to get into the Dnepropetrovsk Oblast, and that is over this way. And they reports today that they may be in or may not be in. We wait for confirmation on that. But let me just give you an idea, and then we'll come back to the conversation. Right here, guys, and this is not OPSEC, but right there. Here's the road coming in to Pokrovsk. And then it goes on to Konstantinivka. Jiann and I've ridden this road right here dozens and dozens of times. It's now occupied by Russia. But this is where the famous Donetsk sign is. And Jiann and I were there just to give you an idea how things have changed. We now even have drone barriers on the signs. And I think it's clip number 2. And you're seeing a part of that video either before this or after this. Basically, this is all shut down now, guys. We're just mere kilometers away from Russian positions here, and people have already been killed with drone strikes here working on fortifying positions. And the only thing I want to show you in addition here is now they have added a netting system over top of the famous Oblast sign to protect it from FPV drones. So, guys, that's it. That's where we're at. Everything has changed. Russians are very close to this very famous landmark now. As I said just a couple of days ago, it was actually yesterday, 2 workers right here at this block post were killed by an FPV drone. The war's changing. The war is changing, and that's why this project's so important. Jiann, I heard you say something before I pushed that clip.
Yeah, I just apologize for not being here because I had to take my dog out.
Oh, okay. We got it all covered.
Yeah. Great timing.
While we're at that, the map was very useful because you can kind of see where, I mean, they're right in the middle of one of the most important pockets here.
Let me go back to
so
it
it's
for
not
you.
like these. I'm sorry, they're not somewhere in the rear. They're in a place where they need these drones pretty desperately just to stay keep things where they are, or just to be able to sustain this. And what's beyond that is Konstantinivka. And so this is an important place in the line. And you're talking about Pokros down here. Pokros, like the Ukrainians, good on them, man. I mean, we were talking this time last year, I think it was July, where you and I were first talking about, hey, I'm nervous for Pokros. I mean, how fast can winter get here to slow things down? You remember those conversations?
I do very well.
Last July. And so this is important, but they're getting them the equipment that they need to be able to hold and keep them from having to get out and where they're putting themselves in danger. That's really important. And again, drone operators are the single most feared thing on the battlefield right now. So,
and this red line here, and we'll go back to Jiann because he's the most expert on this area. From here,
sorry, Greg. I just want to say it's really interesting to see it like this, right? Because our 67th Brigade is in Pokrov's direction,
right here,
and now we're helping, and then we're helping the 100th Mechanized, which is in Torets.
Correct.
So these are like for so long, our organization has, we did casualty evacuation in the forest nearby. So it's all these places we've been part of, and I've heard their names. We're like, oh yeah, we're just driving into Kramatorsk quickly. We're just driving in there quickly. And it's surreal to think in a way that these places that, we used to have safe houses in, and we used to go for meetings and everything. By we, I mean like plural, Project Constantine, we. All of them are now at a big risk. So, yeah, and that's why
we'll let Jiann speak about it.
Important
but so we're 10 kilometers basically, and that's to the center of Konstantinivka from the Tourette's direction. But this road you're talking about, Konstantinivka, Druzhkova, Kramatorsk, and Slavyansk, major bulk of our work done there, Jiann, and it's extremely dangerous now. It's changed completely.
Greg,
yeah,
could you circle Raigaradok?
Absolutely.
I will explain later why. Just a circle Raigaradok. Okay, the circle between Slavyansk and Kramatorsk, the road. The middle, in the middle of it, Kramatorsk, Slavyansk, just this area. Then circle Dobropilya.
Dobropilya, right there.
Okay, and then you may zoom out a bit. These circles, it's areas where Russian drones, different kinds, are reaching and attacking already. It's we have a video of that, and Konstantinivka itself. Why I'm pointing on that? So yes, in other cases, the distance of using the range of using vampire drone are bigger, with specific equipment and other antennas and so on. But the war has been changed critically, and the area zones, the year ago, it's 10, 15 kilometers, 15 kilometers. Okay, it was 15, let's say. For the drones, it was okay enough. And this moment, it's about 25 kilometers from the front line, from a zero line. It's already dangerous. This is why the drones like Vampire are critically important, because the logistics situation with this are terrible. Sending vehicles there and back, it's almost more than 50%. It's like one-way ticket. It will be destroyed. Because the of Russian drones and both Ukrainian drones are two, let's say, and they from the zero line. This is why it's dangerous to send any vehicle there. So the Vampire drones sometimes delivering the things to on our controlled our territory to save the vehicles, to save lives, to not too risky. This is what Prof. Gerdas was pointing to. It's very important. Plus, sure, the pilots who are prepared, they go on on the safe places, let's say safe enough, like on special bunkers there, and they operate the vampire drone to stop the aggression. This is why this donation and this fundraising is a life-saving project. Life-saving
That's right.
project. And it talks better than any politics. So
Yeah, I mean, so
Powerful
again,
statement.
we're looking at it. We're looking at efficiency. How can we, as efficiently as possible with the money spent, do the most to save these guys' lives? When we did the NAPO campaign back in about Christmas, and this is the image of it. It didn't take Greg and I, but just what was it, like a 4-minute conversation, Greg, to say,
Yeah.
well, what if we had a guardian angel on there? Because that was the spirit of it, right? The idea is that we're trying to help protect these guys so they can see what's going on and hear, not just see, but be able to deliver, so that more of the guys can come home to their families.
Well, I'll give you guys an update, and then we'll start going around other comments. But we're at just now 4,427 euro, 64 donations just off the live. We're already a third almost toward the purchase of the first vampire drone. And just
That's
in the
awesome.
kickoff event. Thank you guys so much. I just want to go to the donor wall since we're live. Mike Diamond, thank you. Nazeni, holy moly, Makruchichan. Armenia is with Ukraine. Hey, and we're with Armenia, brother. Thank you, Nazeni. Timothy, keep up the great work, UK. Linda H, big supporter of Ukraine. Alan from Rio Vista, California. Let's go, Alan. Big shout out to you, my friend. Ben Guthrie, John Jones, Geroim Slava, Susan Carter, Malcolm Beals.
Slava Ukraini.
There is a reason for that, and I'm sorry. But when I started with Jiann on day one of the war, and we're still fighting, Malcolm Beals, Jiann, was one of our first subscribers from the UK. We had 10 people watching, and he's still here. Thank you, Malcolm. Angela Collingham, never give up. We stand with you. Bless the heroes of Ukraine. Bless your amazing President Zelensky in this fight with you all the way. Let's bless each civilian, soldiers, family, children. Never give up. We stand with Ukraine. XX. Beautifully said, Angela. Thank you. Zachary Thurman, God bless. Rhonda Bailey, thank you. John, thank you for what you do and for defending freedom for the world. Kurt, let the vampires fly to save the heroes. Slava Ukraini. Judzilla, Ukraine will win. I think that's Judzilla music. Thank you. Terry Bolden, Glory Ukraine. American support Ukraine. Crimean Peninsula is Ukraine. 100%. Franklin from the Netherlands, keep up the good work. Sika, Gino, keep protecting Europe. Love from the Netherlands. Derek Flynn, Slava Ukraini.
Hold on, you just said Sika. Sika said, I donated so that you would know that not everyone from Slovakia is like our Minister of Foreign Affairs. There's that.
You know what?
Welcome to Ukraine.
Thank you, Sika. Gino, keep protecting Europe. Love from the Netherlands. Derek Flynn, Slava Ukraini. Louise. Delmar, as Americans, we must stand with Ukraine. Bruce, keep up the defense. Cheers from Central Canada. Terry I, thank you to all of you. Heidi Larson, Slava Ukraina. UA, DK, Denmark. Jeremy, lots of love from England. Lars. Kathy Walls, I'm happy to support Great Sauls. Charles, Victor for Ukraine. Bradley, Leon. And then we're back to Sandra and John Young. So we got them all. So thank you guys. Wanted to give you a shout out for helping us right off the get-go here.
One of the easiest things you can do to help is hit the like button so this spreads. And as you do that, other people will be able to see it. And yeah, thank you very much.
Let me show you one more thing. Put a smile on your face. It's about 20 seconds, but we're trying to, it's tough over there, guys. And I can't wait to get back with Jiann. Be back in a very few weeks. And Galina, I'm going to come give you a high five and buy you a coffee. But I miss it. I love it. And we all love it. Everybody watching here loves Ukraine. But we like to have a little fun too. So Jiann and I had to get through one of the most challenging checkpoints ever. It was.
Hey, I had a comment. I had a comment
go
asking
ahead.
something important here.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So I can do it. Okay. So if there were a way to anonymously donate, web money services are so dumb to disclose their users' details to the. Yeah. So is there an anonymous way of going about that?
Ghana?
You can't choose not to have your name displayed on the donor
Right.
wall.
But
When
is
you
there a
make
way
the
around it?
donation.
Repeat that again. You can choose to not have your name displayed.
Yes.
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 I'm not
But
sure if that's what they
there's
were
not a-
asking for with that, but if
Yeah.
you are interested in something like that, talk to Yana offline. Like there's got to be some kind of way that you can interact, right?
Yeah. Like we
Yeah.
have a Discord server. Just go there, message
Yeah.
us. We're on all
You gotta-
social media. Just
Right. Just
reach out,
just ask
we
them
can
about that.
talk.
I'm not sure exactly how that'll work, but I understand if people are like that. I don't want anybody not to give because they have whatever the
Yeah.
barrier is.
Security, privacy issues. And then what I do is I then go and I on the back end, I can add these donations that weren't added via donor box. I can add it manually. So then I can send you proof that your donation has been added.
And be careful where the donation is. Like, I don't know that there's any copycat for this, but you want to be careful. Only donate to this donorbox.org link that you see here. Just like if you were, given a NAPO, they're safe, or if you're given to like Samaritan's Purse, but you just want to be careful and make sure you're dealing with the right people.
And if you want to know how to contact Yana or Galina, you can go here as well, which is projectconstantine.org, and hit the contact us button here, and you'll be able to get messages to them as well. So we're pushing up on an hour. Want to say thank you. And here's a smile, guys. Toughest checkpoint, the most brutal checkpoint Jiann and I ever went through. This was on the way to Sumi.
Checkpoint.
Security.
Checkpoint. Here's our documents. Here is it.
Yeah, get your documents out. Let's get them all squared away here. Okay. Oh, that's the chief right there. That's the chief. And now we're clear to go.
Being approved.
We've been approved.
And they also have approved this Project Awake.
That was foul.
That was foul. That's a dad joke. Well, let's go around. Galina, any final comments or thank yous or anything you want to say from where you're at and serving? I won't give your location out, but I see that beautiful PK flag behind you.
Thank you for a possibility. So at first about drones. Previous week I had opportunity to have deal with militaries during a week, like a part of their training. I was training in psychological trainings. So our first subject was about high level stress and reaction for stress. And usual question, what can bring calm and what can steal calm during rotation? And guys said non-possibility to have supply during rotation because they are going there without anything to be very fast. Yeah, it's the most important thing not to be visible for enemies and to be fast to move from dropping of drones. Yeah, and they have to have contact with guys in back. Yeah, and they have to be sure that tomorrow they will have all necessary, including bullets, including opportunity to survive. We can say like this. So everything depends from possibility to get supplies. Everything, every day during the rotation. Yeah, and I was like, wow, I I want to take it in hands one day and try what is that. Yeah, I want to have possibility feel this energy and also this hope for soldiers. So delivering hope is exactly what how they explained it to me. Yeah. So
Thank you.
I'm really very impressed by this company, and for sure I'm very grateful.
You're welcome. Thank you, Galina, for all that you do. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not know, but she's nonstop running, fighting for Ukraine, and she's not in Lviv. I'll leave it at that. Yana, thank you for
Yes.
everything, because your work goes hard now behind the scenes. Thank you.
Yeah, reporting on it is, but it's the transparency is so important. And guys, I want to say, don't feel bad or whatever to reach out and ask me things. Because as donors, you're entitled to asking questions because it's your money. We are just the hands that do the work, but we're like, you allow us to do it. What I do want to close off with saying is there's a lot of noise in the world right now. Geopolitically, there's a lot of things going on. And it's easy to feel like we can't do anything or we don't have an impact. At the end of the day, we are not going to change Trump's mind. We're not going to change Putin's mind. We're not going to change NATO's approach. We're not going to be able to change the EU's approach on the sanctions that they promised in May. We're not going to be able to change that. Where we can make a difference is in the lives of the guys on the front, in the trenches, in the foxholes. We can make sure that they have everything they need, so that they do not have to worry. So that, as Galina has said, they know that they are secure. They have the equipment they need, and it's a very small way of making sure that we are contributing and we are making a change, even though maybe on a massive geopolitical scale, it's not making a difference, but it might save someone's life. And if you put it that way, then if you think about it that way, then it's actually very impactful.
I'm going to throw it to Jiann now, but I just want to accentuate what you said, Yana. It does make a difference. It actually saves a lot of lives. And as Jiann was explaining earlier, it saves equipment, it saves trucks, it saves vehicles, it saves infrastructure. And I mean, if you're dropping, for example, medicine and food to guys that are wounded and can't get out and they're hungry, and water, and Christina told us ourselves so many times she's dropped water and food and things that we would say not even think about. It's some serious stuff that these vampire drones do. And I know, Jiann, that we've got to get into the queue, and we'll look at the number, but we're already over a third raised on the first one. So we'll be getting in the queue very, very quickly here to get the first one ordered. Thank you guys for that. And if you missed it earlier, as the money comes in for each drone, basically 16,000 euro, 15 change euro, immediately that first one is in the order, and Yana and Jiann and Galina all work on that behind the scenes, but they'll go right into the pipeline. And then, you know, the war's changing. Jiann and I work only hand to hand. And one thing that I promise you is, you know, the timing of it, we can't determine, because if that gets in the queue and it's ready, that we're getting it to them as fast as possible. So Jiann may be there talking with them, but regardless, we'll be back with Christina, and I'll put my hand in her hand again and represent all of you. So thank you. So Jiann, your thoughts, and man, it's good to see you, buddy.
Thoughts. One phrase stuck in my mind was, I heard it from Johnny Pierce.
Uh-oh.
And he said, they just need stuff. First time he came to Ukraine, he said, they're good, they just need stuff. And he was talking about Ukrainian soldiers and Ukrainians. And this fundraising event can make it real for guys who would request for the help and get help, because they can request for different kind of help, but there is no stuff, there is no beginner drone, there is no technique, equipment, vehicles. And this particularly by drone, heavy carrier like drone, we're not going to the weapon side of this drone, what kind of weapon it can carry, we're not going there. But I can say for sure it's life-saving equipment. And this is what makes the hope from the hope makes it real help. It converts it from maybe hope becomes a help. Sorry for my wrong, a little bit weird English, but you understand it.
Yeah, I like that. From the possibility of hope to actual help. I like that.
I will. I remember that day well. Johnny Pierce saying that, and I'm just thankful that we can be a part of this. I want to show something that Jiann will know what this is. Okay, what I'm going to show you guys now, you may have never seen ever. Now, Galina, maybe you have. Yana, possible. Gertis, no way. Jiann, yes. Me, yes. Okay. This was given to me by Christina. Okay, here it is. That looks like a Pop-Tart, a pastry, and it is. You see? And this was given to me by Christina and her boss, and it says, Moja wiara, nasza sila. My faith is our strength, and the Ukrainian symbol, and Zesu, and it's all like a Pop-Tart. And it sits right over here beside me with my patches and things, and I think about Christina and those guys every day. So very super there. This is the kind of people we're helping. You remember that thing, Jiann?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember
My son actually came by and goes, Dad, is that a Pop-Tart? I said, yeah, but don't even think about eating that, son. I'm telling you. So anyway, Prof, your final statements here.
Yeah, just as a thought experiment, I've heard it said, like, if you wonder what you would do if you were in Germany and Hitler rose to power, you're doing that now. Like, whatever you're doing. So thank you to those of you that have contributed, or not even just now, but on other campaigns, because you care, because you're stepping up and stepping into that breach. It's very important. And then somebody put on here was asking what, I have US dollars. Will they accept it? Of course they'll accept it. They'll convert it into euros, and then it'll all, like, the bank will automatically do that. Whatever percentage, whatever amount you give, they'll sort that out. So don't worry about that. And thank you very much to all of you who have given.
Yeah, and I want to say, as we close out, we'll go back and look where we're at and just say thank you. I'm pulling up the right screen. I will also say thank you while that's coming in. Johnny Nedregard donating Norwegian 22 kroners on the live stream. Steve Fowler, $50 super chat on the live stream. Barbara Borbely, Hungarian franc 400. Thank you. Hungarian, it's not a franc. Hungarian oinkle, get me straight. Petra Olson donating and non-smoking initiative to Jiann with love. Yes, I've got more money that came in for Jiann. I'll be sending to him. Razam do Peramoga, FM, $10. Kiwi Davy, New Zealand, $16.99. F Oink, Hungarian. What is it? Hungarian what? Just put up any name you want, just like I put in Oink. Thank you. Forint, thank you. Tom, £3. Sorry, guys, it's cooking now. Tom, £3. Tito Valenzuela, happy to see Jiann. Project Constantine, ladies, Slava Ukraine, get them Slava do Paramogo. That's from Honduras, Tito Valenzuela. F Oink, thank you to the mods on all 3 channels streaming. Hungarian, Forint, New, €59.99 for Project Awake. BB gifting 10 memberships. Blonde Bombsheller, thank you for that. Canty, thank you for helping mod today. All the mods out there. So I can tell you that every penny that has came in on the super chats on my channel, all of that I will be sending to Project Awake. Plus some other money has come in. So we say thank you, everybody that donated there. I will send it on. And where we're at right now, this button, 63 donors, €6,065 in the first hour here with our little live. Thank you guys so much. Donor wall. Just call them out fast. Lena Lamel, thank you. Defeat the Russians, save our defenders. Douglas, Slava Ukraina. Charles Doming. Carol, I support Ukraine. Gary, I'm doing bottle drives. Look at that. I mean, see, people care. It's like Pether giving up smoking to support Ukraine. Frank, little love from Norway. Frank Morris, Tomas, Rick and Mari Carlton, Amir, Les, Mike Diamond, and we're caught back up again. €6,170. Yeah. So I think we've had a great kickoff.
I just want to say, in case you guys are wondering how much a drone one costs, it's just over 50. What? Sorry, it's just over €15,000 for one of these. Okay. So we'll give you an idea of where we're at now.
Well,
well on our way.
Here's what I would say. Yana and Jiann and Galina, y'all better get ready to put the first one in order, because Prof and I will be pushing it hard next few days, and we're so grateful. Thank you to everybody out there. Thank you to all the mods, everybody making this happen, and you're going to see it. That's what's great about this. So thank you. Are we there? All right. Good night. Good night. I'll roll the outro. You guys stay in there. We'll make sure we're on the same page. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. There's the heart from Jiann, heart from everybody. If you haven't, whatever channel you're watching on, you also have Professor Gertis Explains UA. You have down below Yana and Galina from Project Constantine. You type that in the YouTube. And then my channel with my partner Jiann, us two right here on Greg Terry Experience. So thank you guys. We love you. Be blessed. And we'll keep you posted every day.
Slava Ukraini!